Hiya Groupsters, welcome to the Carbotiques Super 7 Battle of the Waxes. Hi Groupsters, welcome to the Carbotiques long-awaited Battle of the Waxes, the Super 7. Why Super 7? Well, I've used them all and they're all super and they're all waxes, hence why the Super 7 Wax Challenge. Quite simple really. Okay, so like I said, I've used all these waxes, highly rate them all, and I've chosen these to go back to back to see how they compare against each other, so to give you some sort of idea as to pros and cons of each wax, and ultimately not necessarily to look at which is the best, however there will be one, okay, but to give you some more information on some waxes maybe that you haven't tried. So I've got a couple that you probably know about, Autoclean Maguire's, a few sort of higher end, or the perception of higher end ones by Swiss Wax and Angel Wax, and then potentially a few you haven't sort of heard of as well. So quick rundown, I'm going to keep the talky bits to a minimum, okay, on this sort of challenge, okay, because the videos do tend to go on a bit, so I'll stop talking now and get back to it. Right then, so number one, Kilowax Northern Lights, which is that one there, okay, so Kilowax Northern Lights Premium Hard Wax. It is a blend of premium canola hard wax, so it's a natural wax, okay, but in slightly different, it uses hemp seed as its solvent, and I think it's the only one that does that. So Kilowax Northern Lights. Number two is Autogleam's High Definition wax, and that is refined organic canola wax, so a natural wax as well. Okay, and it says high gloss finish and unbeatable shine. We'll have a look at that. Next one, Stiana Gloss is brand new Fantastique, okay, wax, and that's a hybrid wax. So what do we mean by hybrid? Essentially, it's a hybrid of natural canola waxes with synthetic additives as well. So quite a few, in fact, it's very hard to find a pure natural wax product these days. Most of them are essentially a hybrid. They're a majority of a canola-based natural wax with some kind of synthetic or artificial additives, and Stiana Gloss is a version of that. So hopefully you're going to get the benefit of the deep shine plus sort of the longevity of a sort of synthetic additive. Okay, so that's Stiana Gloss is Fantastique. Next one is Maguire's Ultimate Paste Wax, getting a lot in that tin. Okay, and that is pure synthetic polymers. All right, so there's no natural waxes in it. Essentially, is it a wax? Well, that's a discussion itself. I see it as almost like a sort of paste sealant. Okay, so it's all man-made products in there to bring you a pure synthetic sort of polymer-based product. Still labelled as a wax, but that's the terminology they use, I suppose. So that's Maguire's Ultimate Paste Wax. Next one is Angel Wax Guardian. Okay, so Angel Wax Guardian, did my research, okay, is essentially a canola based product, and its main focus is on longevity. So it says protection that comfortably exceeds 6 months, so it's their most durable wax. All right, they do quite a big range, Angel Wax, so that's Angel Wax Guardian. Next one is Swiss Wax Onyx. Now this is a high-end brand, and this is their entry level. So essentially it's a canola-based product, but the canola content will be lower than their more expensive products. You can spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Okay, so that's Swiss Wax Onyx, or Swiss Wax. I call it Swiss Wax because it's spelled with AV. Okay, next one is Colonite. Okay, so it's that one there. All right, Colonite Marque d'Elegance, or number 915. And Colonite is a canola based product. luxurious shine, and it's they say it's to sort of targeted at sort of expensive paint jobs or older cars. So it's got a lot of positive reputation to this one. Okay, so they are our 7 waxes we're going to be looking at. Killer Wax Northern Lights, Auto Gleam Ultra High Definition Wax, Stiana Gloss Fantastique, Maguire's Ultimate Paste Wax, Angel Wax Guardian, Swiss Wax Onyx, and Colonite Mark d'Elegance or Colonite 915. So they're the 7 waxes, and we're going to subject it to 7 tests. It's all to do with the number 7. I don't know why. Maybe I just like that number. Okay, so the tests are: test number 1, appearance and initial impression. Okay, when someone physically looks at it, picks it up, does stuff with it, what's their impression? Test number 1. Test number 2 is price per gram. So we are factoring in the price. Okay, so I've sort of done all the conversions and nailed it down to the price per gram per product. Test number 3, ease of application. Test number 4, ease of removal. Test number 5, final gloss after 1 application. I'm going to leave it 24 hours for the waxes to bond. Then we're going to do test number 6, which is the hydrophobic qualities. Okay, and then I'm going to subject it to 7 full wash sequences. Okay, and then look at the endurance and chemical resistance after those 7 washes. So see how the gloss holds up and see how the hydrophobicity holds up as well. Okay, so brief introduction to the Super 7 Wax Challenge. Let's tape up the bonnet. Okay, so we've got the car taped up ready for waxing, but before we do that, we can discuss the results of test number 1 and test number 2. So test number 1 was appearance and initial impression. Now, clearly this is massively subjective, okay, to sort of iron out my personal unconscious bias towards certain products. I got 4 other people to do their test 1 as well, so all 5 of us combined gave the final results. So factors that were mentioned, so I was talking to people when they were coming up with their list or their preferences, was the size of the packaging. Okay, there was an association, okay, that the smaller the actual product was, the more expensive, therefore the better it would be. Okay, so that was a connection that some people made. The actual packaging, okay, itself, the detail on the packaging, the amount of information, how clear it was to read. Okay, knowledge of the product, that's where your sort of unconscious bias comes in. If people have heard of Auto Gleam or Angel Wax, naturally they're going to come to an association as to what they think of the product. And a couple of people suggested that the tinned products, okay, were slightly more old-fashioned, and as a result of that, they made the connection with it not being as good. So lots of sort of psychology going on behind it. But, okay, the results are there. Okay, so essentially collated all 5 people's results and put them into a sort of a running order. So in 7th place was, quite surprisingly, bearing in mind the lovely packaging, Auto Gleam's Ultra High Definition. In 6th place was Colonite. In 5th place was Killer Wax Northern Lights. 4th place, Maguire's. Okay, 3rd place was Angel Wax. 2nd place, Stiana Gloss. And 1st place, Swiss Wax. Okay, so sort of doing a bit of an analysis on that, you can see how the things I've just discussed sort of come to fruition in terms of people grading them purely on their initial impression. The top 3, okay, so that's the Swiss Wax, the Angel Wax, and the Stiana Gloss, are the 3 with the least contents. So it seems to be a sort of a psychological impression that the smaller the packaging or the smaller amount, the more expensive it's going to be, therefore the better it's going to be. I think that's what's going on there. Interestingly, sort of 4th, 5th and 6th place are the 3 tinned products, okay, that come in tins. Therefore, going by that association, that possibly people are sort of suggesting or making a conclusion that if it's in a tin, it's a more old-fashioned product, therefore not as good. And interestingly, the ultra high definition wax. Now, when I analysed people why they sort of graded this last, they said it didn't look like a wax, it didn't look like a car product, it looked like some kind of I don't know, foundation cream a lady would use. Okay, so or a man. Okay, so that was what was going on there. So it's quite interesting to look behind what makes people naturally attracted to a product, or what variables they see or feel to suggest quality. All right, so quite interesting. The clear winner was the Swiss Vax in first place. That received 4 second places and 1 first place. Then the second place was Stiana Gloss. That received 2 first places, a third, a sixth, and a fourth. Okay, so even then it's very subjective. You know, this came in second and 2 first places, but someone rated it 6th place. All right, and the other ones sort of quite close together. In fact, the 3 tin products were pretty much all the same score. Yeah, interesting to see, really. All right, so the winner of test 1, okay, Swiss Vax. All right, Onyx Wax. So on to test number 2. Test number 2 was price per kilogram. So I looked at all the actual weights of the products, converted them all into millilitres, then divided it by the price, and came up with the sort of final results. Now, interestingly, the price range went from 8 pence a gram right up to 54 pence a gram. So quite a big range here. So the winner, okay, which is essentially the cheapest, okay, per gram, was Colonite. Okay, that worked out relative to what I paid for it, okay, at 8 pence a gram. That was in first place. Second place was Maguire's. Okay, that sort of makes sense because they're the biggest tins of product. Third place was Kilowax. Okay, so all 3 of the tin products came first, second, and third. All right, interesting. Fourth place, Stiana Gloss. Okay, 5th place, okay, was Angel Wax. 6th place, Auto Gleam, and at the bottom, Swiss Vax. So there you go. Test 1, it was first. Test 2, it was last. All right, so lots going on there. All right, so interesting. Right then, okay, so that's the results of test 1 and test number 2. All right, so we are now going to do some waxing. So the next stage is really to look at the ease of application, ease of removal, and we'll go on to looking at the gloss, okay, and the hydrophobicity, all right, of the applied wax. So let's get polishing. Sorry, let's get wax applicating. Does that make sense? so I really enjoyed that one actually. Applying and removing the wax, and quite a difference in feels, textures, and overall sort of usability. Okay, so the results for tests number 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, so test 3, ease of application. Clear winner on that one. Stiana Gloss is fantastic. Okay, I made some notes as I went along. Nice and easy to get out the actual pot, because okay, it's nice and easy, and a soft edge. Okay, so even when you start going down, you're not sort of going against a hard edge. Okay, so well thought out packaging there. Really easy and to apply. All right, there's no initial grabbiness. Okay, as soon as you apply it, it's nice and smooth, and it's feels quite oily. Okay, if you've got a confident feel when you're putting it on, it's not aggressive. You don't feel there's any abrasives there, which is good. Second place was the Killer Wax. Okay, very similar, no grab, super smooth to apply. All right, and I suppose the only difference between the two is I felt that one was very slightly oilier, so very slightly smoother, but in terms of these two, hardly anything in it, a nuance of difference, if you will. Okay, in third place was Colonite. All right, really smooth to apply, not as smooth as the other two, but effortless. All right, it's got that nice oily texture to it. Okay, so as soon as you're applying it, no initial grab, just glides on. Okay, and it is a pleasure to use Colonite. Really impressed with that. Okay, in fourth place was the Maguire's. Okay, the Ultimate Paste Wax, and all I put on that is initially it was quite grabby. Okay, so when you actually start, there's a bit of resistance, okay, but it's almost like the wax warms up with a bit of friction, then it goes super smooth, which is really nice. No problem at all with that one at all. I said the difference between these is negligible, apart from one which I'll get to. Fifth place was the Angel Wax. All right, very slightly grabby, okay, but with this small pot, it's almost demo pot, very hard to get out of the pot because it's already lowered on when it's brand new. Okay, so that was in fifth place. Just had to edit that bit. Someone got delivery of new car cleaning products to the door, so I had to leave you. So where we get to? Fifth place was the Angel Wax. Sixth place was the Auto Gleam. All right, bit grabby, not as oily, and not quite as easy to spread. Okay, you felt resistance, and that resistance didn't really go away. It's nothing major. Okay, it's not a major concern, but there was a clear difference between this and the smoothness of application of the other ones. And in final position, 7th, was this one here, the Swiss Wax. Okay, hard, brittle, almost dusty. Now I'm starting to think I might have a dodgy pot of this, because this is a high quality brand, and right from the start the actual product had cracked and started sinking. I personally believe I might have a dodgy pot of this. It's almost like there's not enough solvent to break down, hold that sort of wax and suspension. And when I was applying it, it did feel quite dusty and brittle. So, in fairness to Swiss Wax, I might just have a bad one, all right? And it was brand new, this. Okay, so a bit disappointed it's come to me like that, if indeed, and that's the way it should be. It might be designed like this, okay, but there was a noticeable difference on application of this to the other one, all right? And it was definitely in 7th place regarding the pot I've got. So I might try another one in fairness to Swiss Wax, okay, and see if I've just got maybe a dodgy pot or it's dried out at some point, but certainly not since I've had it, because I only open these when I'm going to use them. Okay, so results of test 1. First place, Stiana Gloss. Second place, Killer Wax. Okay, so that's test number 3. Taking loads of notes. Test number 4 then, ease of removal, just as important. So in first place again, Stiana Gloss is fantastic. No, there was super easy, really nice to remove. Basically one pass on a microfiber and it all came off. And almost like it felt like there's a gel, almost felt like it built a layer of gel over it. It's hard to articulate, but lovely feel, came off straight away. Okay. Second place was the Colonite this time. Okay, very easy, super smooth to come off. All right, one pass, okay, and then just a quick buff off with a second pass for microfiber, and no resistance, no residue, no smearing or anything like that. So really impressed with that one. Third place was the Killer Wax. Okay, super smooth. All right, probably 2 passes with this one. That's the only real difference between the other two. Effortless to come off. Okay, really easy. Okay, all 3 of these really on off, absolutely brilliant. But that one in third place. Fourth position was the angel wax, very easy to come off and just didn't have as smooth a feel, all right? Not grabby, but just not as smooth. There was a definite difference with the angel wax. Fifth was the Maguire's, okay? Like on the application, a bit grabby at first, then it goes smooth, okay? So when you're initially trying to take it off, there's a bit of grab to the microfiber, but pretty quickly then goes super smooth, all right? It's not a criticism, it's just an observation, a difference between that and the other ones, okay? Sixth position, okay, was the Auto Gleam high definition, okay? Slightly grabby, slightly more grabby than the Maguire's, but I did notice, all right, and I don't think I was being paranoid, a bit of dust with that one, okay? I'm going to use it again, just double check, but I was at the end just mopping off a bit of dust, okay, and I'm presuming that's come from the product as it's sort of dried and cured. And in last place was, okay, the Swiss Vax again, okay, dusty, very grabby. Okay, so I've already sort of said I think I might have a dodgy pot of that, all right, but if it is meant to be like that, that's fine. It's not an issue, it wasn't inducing scratches or anything, it just wasn't as easy or pleasurable to use, okay. So, test number 4, ease of removal. Position 1, Stiana Gloss. Position 2, the Colonite. Okay, so quite consistent results there, but all of these were fine to use. Are really, although there was a first place and a 7th place, would I use all of them? Yes. So they're the results of test number 4. so we've left the bonnet out for 24 hours to let all the solvents vent off and the actual waxes to bond. Okay, and we've done the gloss check, okay, the gloss test, which was number 5, and also the hydrophobicity test number 6. So here are the results. Now, when it comes to gloss, okay, we're using our eyes. Okay, I could have got technical and used a gloss meter, which is what I've got, but that will just give a physical number. Ultimately, okay, a gloss on a car, okay, is going to be received by people's eyes, and that's what they're going to be judging on. So, like I did with the actual test number 1, the initial impression test, I got 5 people, including myself, to look at it. Okay, and there are all the results. All right, and quite interesting results. Quite a big difference, okay, in people's opinion on this. All right, so I'll go through it and then we'll have a quick analysis. So in first place, okay, a clear winner, okay, was the Kilowax Northern Lights. All right, pretty much quite a few people put this in first place and it didn't grade low in anyone's assessment. All right, really nice, deep, warm gloss to this one, and I ranked this one. I ranked this one highly as well. Okay, so Kilowax Northern Light in first position. Second position was looks like these two are fighting out. Second position was Stiana Gloss. Okay, lots of second places, one first place. That would have come top. However, someone did give it a 7th. So it just shows you how subjective this is. Okay, what people's eyes see. Lovely gloss. Okay, and really, really good. Okay, I personally didn't see much difference between these two at all. Third place was the Maguire's. Okay, it got consistent mid-range results to give it a very honourable 3rd place. This one has a really nice depth. Okay, it's not quite as glossy, it just seems to give a 3-dimensional gloss, which is, I really like that, and I think on dark cars that would be awesome. 4th place was the Swiss Vax. Okay, I'm trying to fight back this one. Yeah, good results. One person rated this 2nd, couple of 3rd place, and a 4th and a 5th. All right, notes on this one, really nice warm glow to it. Okay, almost glowed, like I say, it had that almost 3-dimensional depth to it. All right, not quite as glossy as some of the others, but a really nice product, and I think that would look good on dark cars as well, as with most waxes. Okay, in 5th place was Angel Wax. Okay, that got consistently average results. 6th place was the Colonite. Right, didn't do too well, but clearly very subjective. Someone rated this 1st place, 3, 6th place, and 7th. So it just shows you, and that's why I think there's value in not just me assessing this, getting a flavour for it. And on this test, last place was the Auto Gleam. 3 last places and 2 5th places. So that one not doing as well. Okay, so test number 5. So winner, Kilowax. 2nd place, Stiana Gloss. 3rd place, throwing around the Maguire's. So that's test number 5. Test number 6, okay, the hydrophobicity test. So I used 2 tests on this. I used a sort of volumized water on the flat. Okay, I looked at the sort of bead angles, how tight the beads were, and the sort of the actual composition of the water beads itself. Okay, and then I tilted it onto the vertical and looked at how well it sheets water. And combined, okay, I've done an order. Okay, so on the hydrophobicity test, Colonite, number 1, heads down. Okay, hands down. Okay, its hydrophobicity was noticeably, okay, number 1 on that one. Really, really good. 2 was Maguire's. Okay, so the synthetic polymer, the non-natural wax product, okay, really, really good at displacing the water. 3rd place was Kilowax. 4th place was Auto Gleam. 5th place was Stiana Gloss. Okay, so great gloss, but not as good. Still excellent, okay, but not the best in terms of hydrophobicity. Okay, but still good. Okay, still got water beads and a good water displacement. 6 was Swiss Wax. Okay, and on this one, last place was Angel Wax. All right, I didn't hardly see any beading with this at all. Okay, and it gave me the impression that although it was glossy, there was no hydrophobic content to the wax in this at all. Okay, so yeah, good. First place then, hydrophobicity test number 6, Colonite. 2nd, Maguire's. 3rd place, kilowatts. Okay, so that's the results of test number 6. Okie dokie. Okay, so boys and girls, it is now on to test number 7, the longevity, the resistant chemical check. So I'm now going to go outside and wash the car bonnet 7 times. All right, so we're going to use quite a strong pH 13 citrus pre-wash. All right, we're going to snow foam it and we're going to shampoo it with a wash mitt 7 times. Why 7 times? Well, it's the Super 7 challenge, so why not? Okay, so we're going to go out, I'll time warp it, we're going to wash it 7 times, okay, and then we're going to analyse how well the gloss is maintained and how well it's held on to its hydrophobicity. All right, so very, very interesting, because a couple of these products confess to being super endurance products. Let's see how they all test. Okay, so it's great that they're glossy after application, but we want this stuff to last and give us some value for our efforts and money. So I'm off to go and do some washing times 7. So this is the results after 7 washes. Okay, on physical appearance. So Kilowax has still got an excellent gloss on it. The Auto Gleam one seems just to be slightly cloudier. Stickers have taken a battering with the Stiana gloss. Still got that nice deep gloss. Maguire's has just started, goes slightly hazier, losing a bit of that gloss. Angel Wax still looks good. Swiss Vax looks good, and the Colonite still looks good. So spray it with water, see if there's any difference. And what I'm looking for here is sort of contact angle, how high the beads are. So looking along here, Stianagos is doing well. Actually the Maguire's is doing well as well. Angel Wax, Swiss Vax, and the Colonite, I'd probably say. Maguire's has held on to its hydrophobicity a bit better than Stiana Gloss and the Kilowax. The Auto Gleam is pretty much failing. The Angel Waxes have got failings. Swiss Wax Okay. Quite a noticeable difference actually. The Maguire's hands down. Let's say second and third is close between Killer Wax, Stiana Gloss. So we'll have to wait to see how this affects the final results. So this is just one little add-on to the sort of post-7 wash hydrophobicity check. So I use this in my decision in conjunction with the sort of horizontal check. Now, looking at it upright, number 4, Maguire's, has definitely displaced the most water. I'd say second was Stiana Gloss, and third Killer Wax. The Auto Glim has held on to pretty much all of it actually, and Angel Wax not too bad, but Swiss Wax and surprisingly the Colonite has held on to it more than I expected. But as you can see, definitely was number 1. Next door to number 2, Stiana Gloss, and then 3, the Killer Wax. So let's go and add up all the scores. I have the winning results. Okay, I'm going to discuss the winning results and a bit of analysis, because I've been looking at these figures quite a lot. There's a lot of information you can extrapolate as to what's going on from a psychology point of view and also a product performance point of view. So, okay, in 7th, well actually 6th place, because we've got a joint 5th. In 6th place, okay, was the ultra high definition wax by Auto Gleam. Okay, that scored 42 points. All right, so the lower the figure, okay, the better. So it scored 42 points in 6th place. Joint 5th place was Angel Wax Guardian and the Swiss Wax, the 2 little bitty ones. Okay, so they came in joint 5th place. But like I said, jury's out on this Swiss Wax, because I think I might have got a dodgy one, but I'm going to get another one and see. But in terms of the results from this test and this specific product, I've got joint 5th place for those 2. 4th place was the Colonite. Okay, their Colonite Marque d'Elegance number 915. Okay, good performer. Okay, good scores actually. There's a big difference. In fact, the last 4, the point score was very, very close indeed. This scored 24 points, Colonite in 4th place. 21 points was the Maguire's. Okay, so in 3rd place, so bronze medal to Maguire's, really, really good. All right, and that's that one with the endurance. All right, good performer throughout. Looking at all the scores, it was sort of hovering around that 3rd, 4th place all through the test. Okay, and obviously got the first first place for the longevity after 7 washes test. Right, so we're down to 2, aren't we? All right, Killer Wax and Stiana Gloss. All right, and there were minimal points between this. All right, in 2nd place with 20 points is Killer Wax. Okay, Killer Wax Northern Lights scored well throughout. Quite a few first places. All right, superb product. Really, really liked it. Okay, so well done, silver medal to Killer Wax. First place then went to, by 3 points, it scored a mere 17 points. Okay, Stiana Gloss's fantastic hybrid wax. Okay, so top marks to Stiana Gloss. All right, in 1st position, gold medal for the Super 7 Wax Challenge. Okay, so well done. So there are our top 3. 1st place, Stiana Gloss. 2nd place, Killer Wax. 3rd place, Maguire's. So well done to all 3 of you. Okay, it was quite close between you 3. Now, looking at conclusion and analysing it, although there was a 7th place and a 6th place and a 1st place, all right, first thing I will say is, would I use all of these? I would use all of them, and I do use all of them. all right, but certain ones have got certain sort of key things that would sort of dictate what I use it for. Okay, for example, the only reason I suppose that Northern Lights possibly didn't win because it was marked down on its packaging. Okay, I think it got a 5th place. All right, and if that had been placed first or second, that would have eaten up that 3 points difference between the two, and this would have won. Okay, so straight away, the difference between these two, the Stiana Gloss and Northern Lights, they're both fantastic products, both perform pretty much equally as well. All right, there was just on our test a perception that the packaging was Stiana Gloss was a bit more professional, a bit more modern, okay, than the sort of critiqued older fashioned sort of packaging on this. A few people also pointed out that they couldn't read the words on this one as well, so that's the only reason why this one came second. So in my head, both sort of joined first place, but that one did come out on top. 3rd place was the Maguires. Okay, now if you're looking for a sort of value for money, if you equate performance relative to price, and I'm not talking about any brand loyalty or anything like that, this would be your first place because you get absolutely loads. It performed well across all the tests. It lasts for ages. Its durability is superb. Okay, so from a sort of a cost-effective product, maybe that is in first place for you. Okay, and the rest of them did perform well. Like I said, the Swiss Vax one might got a dodgy one on there, so I'm not going to be overcritical. Although it did come in what position did this one come? It came in joint 5th position. All right, the Angel Wax didn't really take off in my eyes. Okay, I haven't used Angel Wax before. All right, they do more expensive ones, but it sort of never really got into the running. All right, must have had a hangover or something, this pot. So, and the ultra high definition wax by Autogleam in 6th place. I expected better things relative to its price point. The effort they've made in the packaging, it comes with an applicator and a microfiber. A bit disappointed, I will be honest, but that's my personal opinion, and I suppose my unconscious bias is massively subjective. Okay, took us to this. Okay, so really good. Okay, 7 great products. Okay, if I had to give my recommendation, it is in line with the results really. This Stiana Gloss is an amazing product, so is the Kilowax Northern Lights, all right. Like I said, that one came top in the gloss as well, so those two are sort of, my top recommendations. Not as glossy, okay, but in terms of durability, right, the Maguires, and then I would use the rest of them. But that's it. A lot of fun doing this test. Sorry it took a bit longer than it planned, but I wanted to get it right. I wanted to do it thoroughly, unbiased. I wanted to get other people's opinion in as well to make it as valid as I could. Okay, I'm going to do some more wax tests. I've got a couple of other waxes. I'm going to wait for a few more to be sent into us, and then we're going to do another one, and then we may have the winners, sort of meet the winners, and just keep going from there and have some fun. All right, so if you've got any comments, please feel free to sort of comment in the blocks below. I will put links to the top 3, okay, where I got them from. All right, and remember your discount codes for those manufacturers, those business owners that have kindly given us a discount code. But okay, credit where it's due. Stiana Gloss, absolutely brilliant products. First time I've used it. All right, packaging, okay, the performance is on the money as well as this Northern Lights one. So Stiana Gloss, gold medal, first place in the Car Boutique's Super 7 Wax Challenge. And it's only right that I give it some creative photography and some music to see you out. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you found it informative. Buy some of these products, see what you think, post some reviews and take it from there. So Stiana Gloss, gold medal, well done.